As conspiracy theorists in Texas panic about this summer's planned Jade Helm military exercises, Texas's governor is showing signs that he's concerned too. In fact, he's ordering the state guard to monitor those training programs. Seriously, he is. Governor Greg Abbott says it's important for Texans to know their rights won't be violated when U.S. troops move in this summer for a massive 7-state training exercise. But even one fellow Republican says Abbott is, quote, pandering to idiots who think the exercises are a cover for a government takeover. Joining me now from Austin, Texas is author and strategist Jim Moore. Jim, thank you for being with us here.
My pleasure, Francis.
Okay, so let's talk about his. Governor Abbott really has, pretty much said that we should be concerned, found himself in a firestorm here and saying that the government exercises are totally routine. Conspiracy theorists are imagining an invasion here. So is the governor basically legitimizing those theories, or is he just embarrassing Texans by saying, you know what, we got to watch out for this?
Well, he's not the only one embarrassing Texas. We have 2 U.S. senators have also done the same thing. They've made inquiries of the Pentagon as to whether this is a Texas takeover, Senator John Cornyn and Senator Ted Cruz, and we have people in the legislature who are saying the same thing. So, the message, most of us in Texas tell the world we're not all quite this whacked out, but there are people down here who actually believe this, that the Walmarts are going to be used as detention centers as our rights are taken away by an invading U.S. military. The funny part about this is the state of Texas probably has more military installations than any state in the country. We've got 30 of them. The president, if he'd wanted to take over Texas, he could have done it a long time ago with an email.
Well, that said, interesting to hear that perspective, especially when you take into consideration this article, this somewhat entertaining here, when you're writing about the Jade Helm dilemma, saying, quote, the governor says he honors the military. At the same time, he sends a message that he distrusts their activities. We are concerned that our previous governor, Rick Perry, has transcended Abbott's intellect. Perry cannot remember 3 things at once, but thinks paranoia over Jade Helm is not warranted. So for those who in their hearts and minds really believe that this can happen, how do you argue against that if they're already pretty much, convinced it's going to happen?
Well, because these training exercises have happened all across this country for many years. And the funny thing about Texas is it is a state that respects the military. And this is the whole counterintuitive piece of this whole thing, Francis, is that on one side of their mouths they say, we love and respect and honor our military, but then they disrespect their integrity by making accusations that our military would take orders to attack us and take away our rights. And just down the road here in Austin, at the Capitol, the legislature is considering a law right now that would reduce veterans' access to free in-state tuition, reducing the amount of time they could get it, and the residency requirements have become more stringent. So while they're making these accusations, they're doing this at the legislature. They're not exactly sending a great message to our military.